on this problem, it asks us to find the domain and range of the graph. So what we do is, remember guys, the domain and range, when we're looking for a domain range, it's the set of all your x values is your domain, and your set of all your y values is going to be your range. So, or at least that are defined for your function. So here we have a continuous, a graph that we need to look at and see, all right, for what values is x defined? And you could say, well, the only values that I see defined for x are between -4 and 4. Anything outside of there, there's no graph, so there's no, x is not defined. So therefore, I'm going to write my domain is going to be -4 to 4. Now I use these closed brackets because at -4 and 4, those are included inside your domain. You also could write -4 is less than or equal to x, which is less than or equal to 4. That's another way you guys could write to your domain. Then we'll look at the range. Now my range, if you see, for what values is my range defined? So what values for y is it defined in the graph? Well, if you look, there's no negative values for my y, right? Nothing in the graph is negative for y. So it goes from 0 up to 4. Anything past 4, no y value is defined. So my range is going to be from 0 to 4. Or you could also say 0 is less than or equal to y, which is less than or equal to 4. Alright? Make sure when you're dealing with domain, you're dealing with the x, and when you're dealing with range, you're dealing with the y. So when you're looking at domain and range of a graph, just look for what values is your graph defined for, either coordinate your x or your y, depending on what you're finding.